Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to break down universitytravel.org. It's a new platform that's aiming to solve a really old and honestly often heartbreaking problem in higher education: how to make study abroad accessible for every single student.
So, let's just start with a scene that probably sounds familiar to a lot of people. A professor plans this perfect, maybe even life-changing study abroad trip. All the details are set, the students are fired up, and then that hard truth just lands. For some students, the cost is just too much, and it has nothing to do with their passion or how well they're doing in school. It's just a financial wall.
And that whole situation, it just forces you to ask a really important question, right? If these trips are all about a group experience, why on earth is fundraising so often a lonely solo burden?
Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll dig into what we're calling the heartbreaking gap. Then we'll unpack this new funding model from University Travel and, crucially, how it builds trust. We're also going to look at their vision, which goes way beyond just donations, meet the team behind it all, and then think about what this could mean for the future. All right, first up, let's really get to the heart of the problem that University Travel was created to solve. This heartbreaking gap that just leaves so many deserving students on the sidelines. And this is really it, isn't it? It's about this financial chasm that separates students who are totally qualified and enthusiastic from an experience that could change their lives. The platform is designed for this exact moment, where most of the group can go, but a few fantastic students just need a little support to get there, without being singled out.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the fix? Well, this is where universitytravel.org comes into the picture, with a totally new model designed specifically for this kind of challenge.
So what is this thing really? At its core, it's a tool that completely flips the script on how we think about fundraising. Instead of every student having to fend for themselves, the whole campaign is built around the professor and the entire trip. It becomes a team effort. And this right here really shows you the key difference. You know, with traditional crowdfunding, you have all these individual campaigns, and donors are kind of left wondering, is this legit? University Travel changes the game. By having professors lead the charge, the focus shifts to the whole group. And because the itineraries are verified, it builds trust right from the get-go.
Okay, let's dig into that idea of trust, because honestly, it is the absolute foundation of this whole model. It's what gives donors the confidence they need to actually contribute.
You see, the entire platform is built on one simple but really powerful principle. The campaigns are created and verified by professors. And that's not just some small detail. It's everything. It's the core feature that guarantees a donor's money is going to the right place.
And what this does is it creates this super clear, transparent three-step process, right? Step 1, a professor creates the campaign. Step 2, all the details, the itinerary, everything gets verified. And the result, step 3, donors can give with total confidence because they know they're backing a real academic experience for a real group of students.
But here's the thing. The vision here is so much bigger than just being another crowdfunding site. The real goal is to build an entire supportive ecosystem around these trips, creating a whole new way to rally support. They're planning to create something they call sponsor lanes. Now, what does that mean? It means they're going to go out and actually connect with companies in the destination country. We're talking airlines, hotels, museums, and get them to support these visiting student groups, not just with cash, but with in-kind help too. So you might be asking, why would these places even care? Well, it's pretty simple. These faculty-led groups are the perfect visitors. They're engaged, they're respectful, and yeah, they spend money on hotels, on food, on tickets. They're not just tourists. They're the kind of people who might just become lifelong ambassadors for that city or country.
And look, this whole idea of partnerships, it's not just some pie-in-the-sky theory. The playbook for this kind of thing, it's already out there in the travel world.
I mean, just look at Turkish Airlines. They already invest a ton of money into programs that turn a passenger with a layover into a tourist because they know a quick, positive experience can bring people back. Now, just imagine taking that same concept, and instead of it being for one person on a layover, it's for an entire verified university group. The potential is huge.
All right, so who's actually behind all this? Let's take a look at the team driving this mission forward, because it explains a lot about why they're in a great position to pull this off.
So this isn't just one person. It's a whole diverse network. You've got professors like Scott Hurley and Charlotte Kunkel from Luther College who live and breathe the academic world. Then there's Fethi Karatas, a veteran of the travel industry, and Star Tierney, a podcaster, to help tell the story. You even have Trevor Brown, a therapist, focusing on student well-being. And with Venfor backing the digital side, it's a really well-rounded team.
And they're kicking things off with a super tight focus on Istanbul. Why Istanbul? Well, because it's a world-class city where this team already has deep connections, a history of running successful programs, and real momentum to build on. It makes perfect sense.
Okay, so the foundation's there, the team is in place, so what's next? Where does a project like this go from here?
This gives you a peek behind the curtain at what they're building right now. They're hammering out all the critical details, the nuts and bolts, from exactly how campaigns get verified to how the money gets paid out and reported. The big focus here is on transparency, fairness, and making sure donors can actually see the impact they're having.
And at the end of the day, all this work, all these details, it all comes back to this one simple but really powerful mission. It's about making sure these amazing educational trips are defined by a student's passion and their ability, not the size of their bank account.
And that really leaves us with this one big final question to think about. If a model like this actually works, it does way more than just fund a few trips. It could fundamentally change the entire landscape of international education, making it more accessible, more fair, and more impactful for everyone. So what could that future actually look like?